Good morning. Happy Friday. I hope that your day is starting off really well. Sorry about the delay. There was a couple of technical difficulties. So we are going to go ahead and start on the floor in a child's pose. So before we get down, let's go ahead and just come down onto the floor if you're not there already. And the practice that I want to talk to us all about is this idea in yoga and probably of many spiritual practices around the world, the idea of non-stealing. And so the first and foremost, of non-stealing is the obvious way of just not taking something that is ours. But do we really understand how that can translate into other areas of our life? If we are thinking negatively or have negative internal speak, then that negative dialogue is taking what could be positive from our future. Think about what we do to the earth. Are we taking care of the earth and leaving it for our children in the future ahead of us, or are we taking the resources and not replenishing them? So there's a few ways that we can bring our focus to this idea, this bigger idea of non-stealing than just the immediate action of not taking what is ours. So as we come onto the mat, come into child's pose, and maybe start to focus on this way that you yourself might be not speaking your fullest truth and not listening to your inner voice and maybe taking what is not yours. And that's not an obvious fact, and it's not to condemn ourselves, but how can we leave the mat today with more of an open heart and an open mind to be a better person? So come down onto the floor, come into child's pose, let go of any distractions that might be going on around you. And we'll take a few moments here to let the body arrive, come into the space, and come into this time that you have dedicated to yourself. And as you feel the sit bones reach back towards the heels, feel a stretch along the back side of the body. Feel the palms pressing into the floor. Rotate the weight in between the pointer finger and thumbs. And take a big, deep breath in and a full breath out. Take 2 more breaths to yourself, letting the body silently arrive here. And then on your next inhale, let's rise up, come into table pose. Stack the wrists right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide as we always do. Make sure that the core is nice and firm to protect the low back. Extend the booty to the back. And as you reach the crown of the head forward, I want us to start by stepping the right foot to the back. Come onto the ball of the right foot. As you press into the foot, feel a stretch in the hamstring and in the calf, all the way into the Achilles. You might even notice the bottom of the foot stretching. We don't really pay too much attention to our feet, even though they carry us around all day long. So just go ahead and press into the foot, feel a stretch on the back of the leg, and then now put the top of the foot, point the toe, press the top of the foot onto the mat. Feel a stretch now in the front of the quadricep and the front of the shin. And then you can go back and forth, whatever feels good here. Even maybe curl the toes. Take 1 more breath. And then I want you to flex the foot. Keep the heel in line with the right hip. Spread the fingers wide so you have a nice firm base. Take a big breath in to lengthen through the spine. When you exhale, I want you to round the back and bring the knee towards the chest. Inhale to lengthen. Keep the foot flat, reach through the heel, and then exhale to round, spread the shoulder blades. 1 more time. Inhale, reach the heel back, crown of the head forward. As you exhale, round the back, bring the knee into the chest, and we'll step the foot all the way forward. You can help it between the palms. Make sure that the ankle is underneath the knee. Lean forward a little bit, and you can walk the right foot forward, soften the shoulders down the back, and when you're ready, come up into your low lunge. The arms are right alongside the ears. Take a big, deep breath in to lift the fingertips, and then as you exhale, settle deeper into the pose. Again, inhale to lengthen the fingertips. This time as you exhale, open the arms out to cactus. Lift through the heart. Inhale to extend the fingertips back to the ceiling. Exhale to open up through the arms. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, open up. Pause here. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. Lift the belly button towards the sternum and grow tall through the spine. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. Inhale to lengthen the fingertips back to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Keep the left knee where it is. Palms come down. Extend the right foot all the way back. Find that flexed foot. Pause here with the foot flexed. You can stay here or extend now the left fingertips to the front. If you're on a mat, to the front of the mat or the front of the room. Now, as you reach the left fingertips forward, can you equally reach the right heel back? Keep pressing into the right palm. Keep the core engaged and feel the left knee supporting you. One more big breath in. And then let's exhale to release the hand and the knee. Maybe shake out that right palm. If you need to extend the legs back, do anything that feels good for you here. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and extend the left foot back. Come onto the ball of the left foot and find that rocking motion so you can feel a stretch in the bottom of the foot, the Achilles, the calf, and the hamstring. Keep rocking and rolling forward and backwards. And then you can come to the top of the foot. Press the top of the foot into the floor. Feel a stretch in the front of the quadricep and the front of the left shin. Keep reaching the crown forward. Maybe even roll the toes. Take one more breath here. And then I want you to extend the left heel back. Grow tall through the spine. Take a big inhale. Make sure you're pressing the earth away in between the pointer finger and thumbs. As you exhale, let's round the back. Bring the knee towards the chest. Inhale to lengthen the heel back, crown forward. Exhale to round, navel comes to the spine. One more time. Inhale to lengthen, left heel back, crown forward. This time as you exhale, bring the knee to the chest, pause, and then step the foot between the palms. You can walk the foot forward if you need some help there. And then lean into that foot, press into the ball of the left foot, shoulders reach down the back, core engages. Next, inhale, rise up into your low lunge on the left side. Sink into the left knee, but make sure that the knee doesn't go past the ankle. Fingertips extend to the ceiling, but then rotate the pinkies towards one another. Shoulder blades move down the back. Take a big, deep breath in and a deep breath out to settle. Inhale to lengthen the fingertips up. This time as you exhale, open the arms out to cactus. Pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale to come back to center, fingertips lift. Exhale, open up through the arms, elbows bend. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Keep lifting the heart up towards the chin. Core is engaged to protect the low back. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. Inhale to extend the fingertips up to the ceiling. On your exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the left knee back, extend the left foot to the back of the room. And then flex the foot. You can choose to stay here or maybe now extend the right fingertips forward. Reach the right fingertips forward. At the same time, you're extending the left heel back. Take a full breath here to settle. Keep pressing the floor away with the left palm and the right knee, and a full breath out. One more breath in to grow tall. And then as you exhale, I want you to release the hand and the knee back. Come onto the heels, stack the spine, maybe shake the hands out. Take a full breath here. And then let's bring the hands back to the floor. Tuck the toes under. Remember to bring all of the weight rotating in between that pointer finger and thumb. That's going to protect the outer part of the wrists. And then when you're ready, maybe even scoot the knees back slightly. We'll tuck the toes and lift the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Press the floor down and forward. And then bring the heart a little bit closer to the front of the thighs, but feel the shoulder blades move towards the sit bones. You can stay in stillness, or maybe you pedal out the feet to open up through the ankles, the knees. Remember, get into the toes if that feels good. And then wherever you are, you'll take a few breaths here before coming into stillness. And once you find stillness, feel the sit bones lift a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Release the heels closer to the floor. Take one more full breath. Now I want you to put a little bend in the knees. Look forward. Slowly begin to walk the feet up towards the backs of the wrists. You'll come into a forward fold. When you come into that forward fold, grab onto opposite elbows. Roll the weight into the toes. Feel the shoulder blades move away from the ears. And then when you bring the weight into the toes, can you bring the heart a little bit closer to the front of the thighs? Once you find that position, sway from side to side. You might feel a nice little stretch in the low back. Feel the feet grounding into the floor. Take one more breath wherever you are. Release the fingertips to the floor. Make sure that the ankles are right underneath the hips. On your inhale, flat back. Bring the fingertips to the earth or the hands to the shins. Keep the chin tucked so that the back of the neck is long. And then when you exhale, pull the navel to the spine and fold forward over the thighs. One more time with a flat back. Inhale to lift. Crown of the head stays long. Now as you exhale, navel comes towards the spine. Bend in the knees. On your inhale, bring the arms out to a V. Rise all the way up. Look at the palms as they touch. And then as you exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes. Keep the feet rooted into the floor. Rotate the inner thighs towards one another. And feel the heart lifting up towards the chin. Maybe smile. Take a full breath here. And then release the hands to the sides of the body, palms face forward, blink the eyes open. Find your mountain pose. As you reach the fingertips down, can you open up through the heart? Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. Take one more full breath here. And then on your next inhale, arms out to a V, rise all the way up with the inhale. As you exhale, lead with the heart to dive forward over the thighs. Come all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Bring the hands to the shins or keep the fingertips to the floor. Chin stays tucked. As you exhale, fold forward. Step the feet back into plank pose. Pause in plank pose. Reach the crown of the head forward. Feel a spread between the shoulder blades. Pull the navel towards the back of the spine. Crown stays in line with the shoulders. Heels reach back. Take another full breath here. Take one more breath in to grow long. And then use the exhale to lift the hips. Come into downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Keep the palms rooted into the mat. On the inhale, raise the right leg up. Open up through that hip. If it feels good, you can bend the right knee, maybe roll out the right ankle in both directions. And then on the next inhale, re-straighten the leg. Keep pressing into both of the palms evenly. Big breath in to extend the right heel back. Look forward and bring the right knee into the chest, but hover the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, extend the right foot back up. Again, as you exhale, bring the knee into the chest and hinge forward. One more time. Inhale, extend the right leg up. As you exhale, come forward, bring the knee into the chest. Pause here. Plant the foot between the palms. You can help it forward if you need to. Put a bend in the knee. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Reach the crown of the head forward. Keep the chin tucked so the back of the neck is long. And then when you're ready with the core, use the next inhale to rise up into high lunge. Keep a bend in the front knee. Extend the fingertips up to the ceiling and rotate the pinkies towards one another. Feel that right hip pull back. And as you sink into the front knee, make any adjustments that you need to. Soften the shoulders down the back. Take a full cycle of breath here. Take one more breath in to lengthen. This time as you exhale, open the elbows out to a cactus shape. Inhale to extend the fingertips up. Exhale, cactus. Maybe bring it into a slight back bend. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, open up. Keep pressing into the ball of the foot. Pause here. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. Keep lifting the navel up towards the sternum. Take a big full breath here. Inhale, extend the fingertips back to the ceiling. As you exhale, palms come down to the floor. Extend the right foot back. Bring the foot into line with the left, finding plank pose. Pause in plank pose. Navel is lifting the spine. Keep pressing the floor away. Backs of the legs are lifting towards the ceiling. One more full breath to grow tall. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Take another breath in. And then use your next exhale to lift the hips to come back into downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath in. Full exhale out. Take one more breath to settle. The next inhale, lift the left leg, open up that left hip. You can bend the left knee, maybe roll out the ankle, but make sure you roll in both directions. Take another breath, pressing into the palms evenly. And then inhale to re-straighten, square the hips. Look forward, take a big inhale to extend the left heel back. As you exhale, plant the foot between the palms. You can walk it forward. Make sure that the left ankle is right underneath the left knee. Soften the shoulder blades away from the back of the neck. And then take a big inhale in, press into the ball of the left foot. Keep the back leg lifted. Pausing here, soften the shoulders. Next inhale will lift you back into your high lunge on the opposite side. Sink into the front knee. Pull the left hip back. Feel the back of the right hamstring lifting up towards the ceiling. Take a full cycle of breath here to settle. Soften the shoulders, but reach the fingertips up. On your next inhale, lift the fingertips towards the ceiling. As you exhale, open up the elbows, come into cactus. Inhale to straighten the arms. Exhale to open, maybe bring it into a back bend this time. Inhale, lift the fingertips up to the ceiling. Last time, exhale, hold here. Keep pulling the navel up towards the sternum. Shoulder blades pulled together behind the heart. Take another full cycle of breath here. Use the next inhale to extend the fingertips up to the ceiling. When you exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Ground the palms, extend the left foot back next to the right. Pause in plank pose, navel to the spine. Both of the legs are firm and engaged. Reach the shoulder blades down away from the back of the head. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, find child's pose. Extend keep the fingertips extended away from you, the elbows lifted off the floor, but rest the forehead or the third eye on your mat. Once you find that place of stillness, rotate the weight back in between the pointer finger and thumbs to keep the arms engaged. Take a full cycle of breath here with the eyes closed. So this idea of non-stealing can start on our mat, thinking about our practice, where you are in your practice. You want your practice to bring you joy. So not thinking of where you should be, but taking the time of appreciating where you are, finding gratitude for the moment. If we're always projecting into the future or thinking about what we don't have, we are stealing that joy from now. So think about how you can be a little bit more grateful for the time that you are given in this moment. Take one more full breath in your child's pose. And then let's come back up, find table pose, spread the fingers nice and wide to start with our foundation. And then I want you to step the feet back 1 foot at a time. Find that plank pose again. So plank pose is just a very sneaky way to get into the core. As you press the floor away, notice if you want to slump into this pose. You want to press the earth away, keep the core engaged. Don't lift the booty too high, but don't let the hips sink. Reach the heels back. Keep pressing the floor away. Take another full cycle of breath. And then one forearm at a time, I want you to come all the way down to the floor. Make sure that the elbows stay underneath the shoulders. You're still pressing the earth away, feeling that slight spread of the shoulder blades. And then begin to angle the right fingertips towards the left elbow, and you'll come onto the side of the right forearm. Start to come onto the right side of the foot. Stack the feet. You can always use a kickstand here if that's helpful. But if you can, stack the feet and then begin to walk that left hand towards the left hip. Keep pressing the edge of the right foot into the floor. Lift this left hip a little bit higher to the ceiling, and then maybe add the left fingertips. Take a full breath here. Take one more breath and lift the left side a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, let's bring the forearm back to the floor, left forearm to the floor. Pause here in forearm plank. Extend the heels back. Find your foundation. And then let's go to the opposite side. Bring the left fingertips to point towards the right elbow. Press into the left elbow. Roll to the left side of the foot. Stack the feet and make sure you extend the right hip up to the ceiling. Start to walk that right hand to the hip. Maybe you choose to stay here. Think about the right hip lifting a little bit higher to the ceiling. And then maybe you add the right fingertips. Grow a little bit longer through the right side. Lift everything up a little bit higher to the ceiling. Take one more big breath in. And then very gently, let's come down back to forearm plank. Elbows right underneath the shoulders. Reach the heels back. Take a big, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the hips down to the floor. Untuck the toes and zipper the feet together. Pull the heart forward and up towards the chin. Soften the shoulder blades down the back towards the sit bones. Still keep the legs engaged, so you're pressing the tops of the feet onto the floor. Both legs are lifted off, so both knees are lifted off of the earth. Take another full breath here. Keep the chin slightly tucked so the back of the neck is long. Take one more cycle of breath here. Keep pressing the pubic bone into the floor. Lift the heart a little bit higher. And then very gently come all the way down. Stack the palms flat. Rest the center of the forehead or the third eye and the center of the palms. Take a full breath. And then very gently stay on the floor but roll over and come onto your back. You can have the knees bent if that feels good for the low back to start. But I want you to take a full breath here. Feel the entire back side of the body connected to the floor. Bring the right knee into the chest. Extend the left foot out. Keep the foot flexed like we did earlier. Toes pointed up to the ceiling. Rotate the inner left thigh down to the floor. Take a full breath here. Keep hugging the right knee closer to the chin. You should feel a nice little stretch in the right hip. Then I want you to keep the knee into the chest. Keep the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Open the right arm out to a T, or maybe you even find that cactus shape. Take a big inhale here. Keep the right shoulder connected to the floor. Just pull the right knee across the body. If you need to make any adjustments, that's fine, but I want you to keep the right shoulder connected to the floor and the navel pulling up to the spine. Maybe even turn your gaze completely away from that right knee. Once you find that sweet spot, take a big, deep breath in and a full breath out. Close the eyes, take one more cycle of breath. With the eyes closed, come back into center, hug the right knee into the chest, and then set the right foot down onto the floor. Press into the right foot just to make sure that the hips are in line with the shoulders, and then we'll bring the left knee into the chest. As you hug the left knee closer to the chin, extend the right foot out. Rotate the inner right thigh down to the floor so that the toes point straight to the ceiling. Keep a flex in the right foot. Hug the left knee a little bit closer to the chin. And then you'll keep the knee in towards the chest, but the right hand is going to be placed on the outside of the left knee. Open the left arm, out to a T, or that cactus shape. Inhale to grow tall. And then as you exhale, pull the left knee across the body. Keep the left shoulder connected to the floor though. Navel pulls up to the spine. Maybe you turn the gaze completely away from that left knee, And if you do this, feel the stretch along the right side of the neck. Pause here so you can let the body do all of the work. Use your next inhale to come back to center. Place the left foot onto the floor, and as you push the foot into the floor, square the hips with the shoulders. Bring both knees now into the chest. Engage the core, navel pulls to the spine. Lift the forehead towards the knees. Soften the shoulders away from the back of the neck. And then just rock and roll up to seated. Find your comfortable seated position. Just ground the sit bones back into the floor. And then we'll close our eyes here to take a moment in stillness and in silence. As you bring a smile back to your face, keep the eyes closed and the lips sealed. Take 3 deep breaths here. Take full breaths so you can completely let go of anything that is no longer serving you. Let go of any self-doubt, any negative internal talk that might be stealing joy from your future. And let go of any negativity. Let go of any negativity that might be stealing joy from others that you are around. And keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the chin tucked so that the back of the neck stays long, but grow a little bit taller through the spine. Place a smile on your face. Take one final breath here for your morning practice. Blink the eyes open. Namaste. I hope you had a really great morning practice, and I hope that this was a way for you to maybe think of ways that you are taking from yourself, taking from others, taking from your future, even thinking about the earth. How can we give to ourselves, give more to others, and put ourselves in a place where we can give to our future and give back to the earth? I really appreciate you taking time with me this morning for your practice and supporting my practice here with you. I hope you have a really great day and a great weekend. Thanks for your time.